Hello, welcome once again to a very snowy Enchanted Kingdom of Hermione. I'm your host. I'm the Lord Chamberlain of the Enchanted Kingdom, Zipgun. And I'm gonna ramble a bit about things because it's been that kind of week. Nicely into February, the weather's kind of miserable. Anyway, I've been doing videos about this and that and the next thing, but there's been a big pile of stuff accumulating. That is all basically, it's miscellaneous, but it's all got a sort of a similar source, in that everything in this review today is brutally cheap. By brutally cheap, I think at our 25-cent per CD thrift store locally, they had a half price sale. They were 12 cents. So 12-cent CDs, there you go. There's a lot of stuff I'll try for 12 cents that I won't try for $1. Hey. 12 cents if it's got a decent box. It's got a weird box, like a Ryko disc. 12 cents, I'll just keep it for the green box. Anyway, I figured I'd show all this weird stuff and why I bought it. There's going to be a lot of, here's why I bought this. And, let me see here. I don't know. A lot of this stuff sort of doesn't belong here. You just don't know. So, for instance, okay, here's a band I don't know anything about. Live. Or is it Live? I don't know. Fuck. I haven't got a clue. This is Mental, what's it called? Mental something or other. Not very bright in here. Mental Jewelry, of course it is. A Radioactive Records, a label that I don't think has ever put out a record I liked, including Ramones records. So, it was 12 cents. I thought, okay, for 12 cents I'm going to experience Live. Or is it Live? I hated it. That's all I can say. I hated it. It was terrible. Drove me nuts. Jan Arden live at the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. Well, it has to happen at some point. In every mature artist's career, they play with the local symphony. And for what it's worth, I like Jan Arden. I respect her. Her music does nothing for me. But she's a great person, apparently, and a lot of people really like her music, and I can't believe this wasn't some kind of big deal for her, big deal for the fan base. It's done very well. 12 cents, I bought it so I could hear it. I played about 5 songs. And it doesn't rock very much, so it was a little sleepy for what I was into at the point in time. The Empress will probably listen to this and enjoy it. Here you go. Now we're getting into some, these are good 12-cent records. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult on Wax Trax Records. And, these guys were like, do you like Wax Trax music? I'm I'm a little bit on the fence with it. A lot of it I don't really like much. These guys were definitely second-rate Wax Trax. I played this all the way through and listened to it kind of passively. And it was there. It didn't do much. It was moody. It was like, whatever. Here's a record. Oh, I got this a long time ago. I think I paid $1 for this. I didn't know a damn thing about it, but it has a couple of heavy hitters on it. Lou Reed's on it. Amir Baraka. Yes, it's poetry. Leonard Cohen's on it. That probably sold 3/4 of the copies right there. Mercury record from when was this? I think it accompanies a movie or a show. What year is this? It doesn't want to say. 96. So this is almost 30 years old. And it sat there in my to-play pile, and I just couldn't get to the point where I thought, yeah, I'm going to put this on. And so it's been there for literally months now, and I finally put it on, and I got through the whole thing. And it's pretty good. Music by Tom and Andy, who I don't know who they are. Most of the music was pretty good. Most of the poetry is pretty well presented. It's quite a variety. And I'm not a poetry expert, but it seems like very good poetry to me. So I'm glad I waited and played it because I'm going to keep it. I don't know where I'm going to file it. Okay, now, here we go. Again, 12 cents, folks. Schindler's List soundtrack John Williams. I'll buy this to put in my soundtrack collection. Violin solos by Itzhak Perlman. What's not to like? Will I ever play it twice? Maybe not, but I'll put it into the collection. Those are all at the studio. What do we got here? These. Oh, that's. No, I'm not going to do that one. Okay, this is where. Yeah. Now, I am not a big fan of the Pet Shop Boys, although I appreciate them. Their music is functional, kind of pop dance music. It's okay. For 12 cents I'll buy there, what basically is all their singles, I believe. And this is more for if I need it for a friend or a compilation or I don't know what. I don't know how often I will pull it out to play myself. Although I do occasionally get into my crazy disco madness. Now, 3 CDs. Now, this was 36 cents, folks. To cover a fair bit of ground with Canada's Lorena McKennett, who is she's a Celtic harpist, New Age, what do you call her? Anyway, she's also extremely smart, had a deal with Warner's in Canada that gave her a lot of freedom. And basically, there's a bonus DVD. Now, I'm a sucker for... We're going to run into sucker stuff. Oh, I didn't see. Where's the bonus DVD? There it is. Okay, well, that goes into the to be tried out. This was from an era that I remember fondly because the companies... She was smart. She did a sort of a movie infomercial, maybe you'd call it, and put it on PBS of her music, and it really made a difference in her popularity, especially south of the border. This is, now where is this from? She's sort of not really my cup of tea. I don't know what label this is on. QR, it says. This might be her own label. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the back telling me where it will and not play. This is also on QR. This edition of Live in Paris and Toronto is not for sale in stores and is exclusively available from wherever. Now, there's one thing missing, and that's the CD. Where's the CD? It's not here. Okay. Well, we won't deal with that then. And this is one of the Wheel ones. She was Time Warner put this out. This is from the 94. What's this from? It's black on gray. It's not a good idea. This is older. Anyway, okay, well, I paid 12 cents for a very nice cover. That would have cost her big time. Winter and winter quality. I'm going to watch the DVD. She is an interesting artist, and I got a lot of respect for her. Sadly, she lost her partner, which really devastated her. She kind of retired a little bit, and but she's done very well for herself. I'm pretty sure she sold a couple of million records, all told, which isn't bad for a 50-something Celtic harpist New Age musician. 12 cents. The Columbia Country Classics. Is this Volume 1? The Golden Age, Volume 1. Now, 12 cents, you say? Okay. 12 cents. Can the Circle be unbroken by the Carter family? Roy Acuff, Gene Autry, Gene Autry again, Bob Willis doing San Antonio Rose. This is just absolutely chock-a-block. I'll buy it in a heartbeat. And I'll buy anything on Verve in a heartbeat for 12 cents. You know I will. And this is Blossom Dearie, who is an acquired taste vocalist, pianist, jazz with Herb Ellis, Ray Brown, Joe Jones. So she's got good guys playing with her. And, for 12 cents, I'll buy this. And I've played a bit of it. I wasn't really in the mood, but I'll play it again. She has her cult, and they really like her. Okay, now, where we go. Now, as I said before, I am a sucker for gimmicks, add-ons, DVDs, and the record companies somewhere, I don't know when this was, 94, I don't remember. They decided they were going to make they had a great idea. We're going to make discs that are CDs on one side, DVDs on the other side. All right, this is a great idea, but it was kind of hard to do because the thicknesses and. But they, but it finally got. They said, well, the only way we can do it is if we make the CD layer not to Redbook standard. So they went, oh, okay, whatever. I might not play in some players. I might not play. Anyway, some years ago now, I found this. Now, Simple Plan. I don't know hardly anything about Simple Plan, other than I think they're a Canadian mall punk band. There you go. Now, this is a dual disc. I don't know how many were made. Probably far too many. On Lava Records, which I think, aren't they tied in with Sony? At any rate, there you go. Now the CD, now there's a problem with these. They don't fucking work. Now I had one of these previously. I think it was this very title, and it would every CD player that it entered had a real bad attack of what have you put in me. And I don't remember what I did with the old one. I found this one again, 12 cents. Okay, I gotta give it one more try. I always thought having a DVD CD combination would be a great thing for me, because I have things where I do a video and you could have the CD layer on the other side. A great idea, but it doesn't work. So here is where a lot of my research had to stop, because I put this into my fabulous old Pioneer 25 CD changer, and it lost its mind. And it jammed up. It wouldn't do anything. So I had to take the whole stereo apart and take it downstairs, and I'll show you what I've had to do. All right. So here we have the mighty. The heck is it again? The Pioneer PDF 605 compact disc changer. It holds 25 CDs. This has been upstairs in my main listening. This is what I play most of my CDs on, and it's been okay. It's got a digital, and I didn't even know that. Anyway. This is the second copy of this, I believe, that I've owned. Let's see what happens when I try to play the CD side. These things make me nervous. Let's see. First of all, let's make sure this thing actually works. So let's put in like a battered CDR. What the hell is it of my stuff? Okay. Let's just see if it goes in and plays. Nope, maybe if we powered it up. If you power it up, it works better. Okay, well, now it's sitting there going, what do you want me to do? So I'll let it wake up, and then I'll say, play me this. Oh, there it goes. No, wrong. Oh, it's because I've got it set to the wrong one on the front, don't I? It wants 15. No, it doesn't. It wants number 1. There we go, 1. Grab that CD. Thinking. Red light comes on. You can't see that. Come around the front here. Red light. What's going on? Problem. Oh! Robots are great, aren't they? Alright, well now why are you being such a... Because it's trying to find... This is all operator trouble. We want number 1. Give me number 1. Green light. Oh, happy. Happy there, and it's going to play it. And it is, in fact, playing the... All right. So, thank you. Your work. Red light comes on. It spits it out. You can't pull these out prematurely or it freaks out. It locks, as it says. Okay, so that's a CDR, and it plays those things fine. This is, now let's make sure, because you don't want to put a DVD in a CD player. My God. Okay, to play CD, this side up. And in this player, that means this side to the left. Puts it in. Now, I don't know. I think these are a different width. Let's find out. Play me that CD, will you? Okay. It doesn't like what it sees. What's to not like? Okay, let's... Number 1, please. He says, look, I've already tried this. I've proven this is a failure. It doesn't even want to accept it. Doesn't even want to take a sniff of it. Strange. What does that mean? What can that tell me? How does it know? How does it know it's an alien? Well, I'm not a technician. I don't know these things. Red light, green light, there you go. Thank you. Oh, I like these. Num, 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 num. Okay, well. Thank you. I'm done with that CD. You put it back. Out it comes. Dare I try the DVD side? No, it'll freak out. I don't want to do that. This is supposed to work. This should play just like... Oh, there, put it in. Good. Okay. Ooh, wait a minute. Is it going to play it? No disc, it says. All right. Well, let's see. Okay, well, never mind. We understand. Give me the disc back. Red light. Ooh, constant red light. This red light's not going out. No, come on. Oh, it doesn't like this. I'll just help it along. No, give me that. It says, look, you are fucking with me. Stop this. Now it's angry. It's got a little arm extended. I've pissed it off. Okay, it says, what? There's nothing to grab. Fuck you. There you have it. Okay, so there you go. Oh yeah, it's really mixed up. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It says. Little robot man. Okay. Really? Oh, it's going through all of them. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. It does that automatically. It just says, I'm going to just keep going until I find one. Sadly, you won't. Anyway, he works. He works again. He was completely jammed upstairs, and I had to pull him down here. And it just, I don't know when we'll get around to this, but there it is. We're not really sure what we're going to be doing with him. He will be used as a base for maybe the whole stereo. I'm not sure. And it's got digital out. Both these have digital optical out. So, happiness. And some place to go somewhere else. Or something like that. You know, have it there. And so, we get back to it. Hello? Oops. Oh, wait a minute. So, yeah. Dual discs. Yeah, I'm not going to do that again. We've got them working again, but that was more of a headache than I cared for, and it was for simple plan. Gee whiz, guys. Now, the bit I've got to hear is not very good. It seems like very produced by Bob Rock. I've interviewed Bob Rock once. He's done very well for himself. Congratulations to him. Hooked up with Metallica, made a few $1 million there, I'm sure. And this sounds like Bob Rock's productions are crisp and they're powerful and they're everything, but they're a little clinical, and these guys, there's nothing to work with. They're just sort of, I don't know. Someday I'll try and find it in a format I can listen to, but this isn't it. So, meanwhile, back in now a lot of this, some of this stuff I heard, some of it I didn't. Here you go, Luis Bonfa, Non-Stop to Brazil. Normally, this is a kind of record I'd probably give a pass to. However, 2 reasons I bought it, 12 cents. It's a Chesky recording, which is a hi-fi British origin, I do believe. You can hear the difference with Chesky, but it was marketed through the BMG Direct Marketing, in other words, the RCA Record Club. So that's kind of interesting, and it doesn't say it was manufactured. So, Chesky is this high-end audio people peddling their stuff through the RCA Record Club. Who's on this? This is a pretty good band if I remember right. Oh, well, Cathay on percussion. Louis Bonfa on guitar and Jean Bertoncini, who's a name I've heard of a lot, on 3 tracks. So it looks like it's mostly sort of, Brazilian jazz samba guitar. I haven't heard it. This I did get a chance to hear before I was done. Now, you know what? I could do a whole episode on this guy. George Winston kind of, and he's dead now. I didn't even know he was dead. I just had to look him up. This is his only, he had a label called Dancing Cat, which was done under the auspices of Wyndham Hill, who he made rich with a couple of his records. Again, they've got this in a freaking color that I can't read because it clashes. 96, Dancing Cat. BMG. So this ultimately came out on BMG RCA distribution in Canada. And this is, Dancing Cat was his personal label for doing whatever the hell he wanted. And he was a big fan of Hawaiian slack key guitar, and anything on Dancing Cat that says the word Hawaii on it, go buy it. It's great. He made his money, he made his fame with his records Autumn and December. What the hell were they called again? I can't even remember the names of them. And Mr. Winston's Records kept a record store afloat that I was a co-owner in for, I don't know, I'd love to talk to my old partner about this, but for a while we were the only record store in Western Canada that carried Wyndham Hill records. And so we kind of one-stopped them to everybody in Western Canada, and he took off and sold a lot of records. And so we were just a little record store, and almost a hippie record store. But the stuff getting hot made us a lot of extra money and helped make up for a lot of things like my complete lack of business acumen. But that's another story. Anyway, George Winston, he did these records. He made sold a lot. He was like the Keith Jarrett. People call him New Age. I don't think that's a very fair term. And in fact, what he calls it is rural folk piano. And I think that's a lot better of a description. He's really into boogie woogie and Fats Waller and stuff. His first record was actually on Tacoma, John Fahey's label, which means it has to be pretty good. And it got reissued on Wyndham Hill. Early on, Ballads and Blues it's called. I really like it. Good record. The December records, they're a little bit soft for me. They're pleasant. There's nothing wrong with them. It's like really, really easy Keith Jarrett. He never really goes very outside. So in that regard, it's New Age. But this is him doing Vince Guaraldi of Peanuts and Cast Your Fate to the Wind fame. And Guaraldi is pretty underrated jazz guy. He did he made his mark on the Peanuts music for sure. If anybody plays Linus and Lucy on this, you'll go, oh yeah, the Peanuts music. But Winston has respect for Guaraldi the composer, and he has respect for Guaraldi the musician. And Winston himself is a pretty damn good musician. He improvises within the boundaries of this music excellently, I think. And I actually played the whole damn thing through and enjoyed every second of it. So again, 12 cents. Yeah, I just found a Wyndham Hill box set. I think I reviewed it earlier. And that was actually a nice thing to revisit. Okay, now we're getting into some crazy stuff. This was, I think, maybe $1. But Hans Eisler, talk about foreboding. I found this CD the day after the inauguration, I think it was. Yes, an anti-fascist cantata by Hans Eisler. He buddies with Bertolt Brecht and very much a communist. Wrote the East German national anthem and lived in East Germany. A troubled fellow, drank a lot at the end, like a committed communist, but wrote a lot of great music that was kind of forgotten about, partly because he was on Entrartre. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Entrartre, which was like forbidden. The Nazis, when Nazis came to power, Eisler just got banned. And he moved to America and got into Hollywood, of course, like all the communists. And he ended up, I think he ended up back in the Soviet Union, but anyway, great CD. I don't know if I brought this one up or not. I think this was $2, but if you don't know anything about deep listening, this is an amazing record. Recorded in a 2 million gallon capacity water cistern in Washington State by Oliveros, who's on accordion, Dempster, who's on trombone, and Panayotis on vocals and various shakers and things. It's very ambient, but it's really cool. And again, once I got this on, I couldn't take it off. And very important record in the sort of ambient scene. It's quite old. It's 80s, I think. Hard to find. It's on New Albion. I got, $2. Okay, 12 cents. This is stuff I love. 12 cents. Now, the thing that made me buy this was it's on Polydor, which is a label that's not really used much anymore by the Universal crowd who own the label. But Polydor always had a real thing in Japan. And this is a Japanese pop record by Kahimi Kari. And I knew nothing about this woman. Not a damn thing. It features one of those really annoying inserts where it kind of folds out and it's like, but I just noticed, where did I see it? I just sort of looked and it was like, oh yeah, but I did look at this and I saw, the harder okay, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign. But then I noticed that some of the songs are co-written with this fellow Momus, who's a Scottish, I don't know how to describe Momus. He's a one-man Scottish psych pop artist. And I'm thinking, 12 cents. Turns out it's really cool. The Harder They Come is really, really neat. Completely weird. She has the voice of the super breathy, tiny little woman voice. And it's like, and I really like the Pizzicato 5. It's sort of like them, but taken to the most ridiculous extreme vocally. She doesn't have a lot of range, but the settings are all different enough. I thoroughly enjoyed this record. I'm going to stick it in the car, by God, and you watch. It'll pop up and I'll go, what? Oh, yeah. And then there's this. I had no idea this thing existed. 12 cents, folks. 2 CDs. We're talking 6 cents a CD for the best of Chic and Sister Sledge. But not only is it literally, and I mean, let's be real here. This is all the Chic and or Sister Sledge I really need, although I would like to have the Believer album by Chic on CD by itself, because I really like that record. But this is, the thing I like about this, though, is they're basically treating it like the same band, which they kind of are, I guess. And so the songs are all mixed up. So We Are Family by Sister Sledge is followed by Le Freak by Chic, followed by Good Times by Chic, followed by Lost in Music by Sister Sledge, followed by Everybody Dance by Chic, and you get the picture here. And it goes on and on and on. There's never, the last 3 songs are Sister Sledge. And then CD number 2, yes, folks, remixes. Remixes, and they're really, like, some of them are pretty serious dismantlings. And it's, the thing I like about this, it's on the, if you look, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, the WS at Warner Special Markets, in the old Warner logo, that if the W is very common on everything. The old Warner logo that Jack Holtzman said looked like 2.5 turds in a bowl. And I listened to the whole of the remix CD. It's in perfect shape, 6 cents each. It's great. I'm really happy to have that. Then Shirley Bassey, Gold Singer. So now I have the best of Shirley Bassey, and this is all the Shirley Bassey literally anybody needs. And also I have the Crazy Remix CD, which is an absolute hoot. All the Bassey anybody, even a nut like me, will ever need. 12.5 cents. That's the real deal. And I think all the rest of this stuff I actually have talked about. Oh, except for this. Okay. This is one of these things. Okay, this was 12.5 cents. Now, I will buy anything on Loiselier, and I'm going to admit it now. I'll buy anything by this guy on Loiselier, despite the fact that he is a terrible person. He is in jail, probably forever, for terrible crimes against young ladies in his music school. He's just a bad guy. But goddamn, he's made some good records. And wouldn't you know, this is the third version of this Monteverdi piece I have run into in about 4 months. And all three of them, what was the other one? Parrot? There's a Deutsche Grammophon one. There's an EMI Reflex one. Andrew Parrot, I think. And now this one. Nobody needs all three, but I love all three of these labels. I love all the performers. And this guy, his band is great. I mean, I hate to say I'm not going to listen to this great performance of Monteverdi because I hate the guy who made it. So, just watch the movie Tar, and that deals with a lot of stuff like this. However, 12.5 cents, I bought it. And now I got no room for it. I don't know where to put it. So there you go. Bad people, more of them. They're everywhere. Thanks for watching. And we'll see what happens up here. We might have a 300 CD changer in the turret, which would be interesting. See what happens. Create a weird art piece for it on shuffle mode. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and all that other stuff. Driving around here with Bennett and his Studebaker in the past. Yeah, we're going to be snowed in, so maybe I'll make a few more videos about this and that. Anyways, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.